everyone. Happy Turnaround Tuesday. Here's one of the Turnaround Tuesday candidates right here. We're right in the range that Alien was talking about yesterday, right around this 109.60. This is a 30-minute chart. So thinking between here and no lower than 40 that we get some type of recovery. Here's my charts. Very good call by Alien yesterday when the euro was above 110, looking for this 109.60 level. Here we are. Everyone congratulate Alien and thank him for that analysis that called that the euro from yesterday in here was going to fall to 109.60. So now we'll see if we get the second part of his analysis and we get a rally from here. So good Turnaround Tuesday to everyone. How's everyone doing? Who's here with me? Who's hanging out in LAR today? Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing? Alien, Forex Stop Hunter. I see a lot of new handles in here. Tillin, let's welcome some of our new handles in here. Welcome, Tillin. Welcome, Tillin. Justin's a new handle. Welcome, Justin. Bane's in the house. Ed is new, I believe. Welcome, Ed. Everyone make these new handles feel at home. I'm going to be interviewing Matthew Goss at StrategyDB. He's in here today. Just a reminder to you, Matthew, that when we do the interview that you turn off the volume in the room or we'll echo. Hello, Khalid. How are you? No Hair is back. Must like it in here. Vague, MRC. Happy Pips is in the house. Ali's in the house. How's everyone doing today? So we'll see if we get a Turnaround Tuesday. Good morning, Fame. Okay, let's look at the pound. Aliens look at the pound here. He was looking for a pullback here. It's an interesting looking head and shoulders. Always great looks provided by Alien. He's helped me become better. Okay, a couple of pathways, either down to 53 or we put in the low. Nice look, Alien. Either way, we're heading up to higher levels. I actually have a big channel line. Ali was looking for 56. I have a big channel line in the pound. Everyone thank Alien for his pound look. Thank you, Alien. Everyone doing okay? All is well, happy? So the S&Ps are coming up. Everyone doing okay? You're long? Okay. Where's the stop on that? Where's your stop? Is Abel in the house? I don't see Abel. Ali, what are you up to? Khalid, what are you thinking? Hi, Doji. Canada got up to the 31.5 level we talked about yesterday. Okay, Alien's already shown it. 31.5 we talked about yesterday. I talked about it. So Alien's thinking the same thing in CAD now. Down to new lows. I concur. Thank you, Alien. I want to thank Alien for his Canada look. Thank you, buddy. I heard from Rick. Rick is back home. He'll be with us tomorrow. Ricardo's back in town. The boys are back in town. Great song. The boys are back in town, and that includes you, Fame. Hi, Planet. How are you? Jax, how are you? Veteran, how are you? The Grays are in the house. DZ is a new handle. Thank you, Alien. Everyone welcome DZ. Hi, Goldie, how are you? You could call me Sir. Happy Pips. Yeah, that's right. All our best work is done on the kitchen table the night before the market opens. That's when I used to do my charts by hand. I did it on the kitchen table. There you go, Alien. See what Planet's up to. Don't fade Planet. Don't fade Alien. I don't think there's too many people to fade in here, actually. Is this the Guppy trade from yesterday? Congratulations. This is the Aussie? Aussie. Okay. Short Aussie. Nice shot, Planet. Looking for 71.40. Everyone congratulate Planet on a winning Aussie short. Planet's very good. We're lucky to have him in here with us. Thank you, my trading warrior brother, Planet. Everyone congratulate Planet. Borja's got a look here. $111.40. Yeah, I like this. I'm down to 106. I like Borja. Borja gives us some nice telescopic views. So this is what we're looking for, 111.40. I think Alien called that target yesterday, and then you're looking for a huge break down to 103, huh? Okay. I was figuring maybe 107.80. 106. Everyone thank Borja for his telescopic view on the euro. Thank you. Nice look. Everyone thank Borja. Who thinks Borja is a great addition to our community? Give me a Y. Joseph Stalin's in the house. Welcome's in the house, long gold. Yeah, we are reaching that moment of truth in the gold market where we should get some type of bounce, you would think, right? Maybe back to 11.5. Everyone, welcome. Maybe you could get a screenshot to show us your gold trade. Who thinks Borja is a great addition to our community? Give me a Y. Here's my Y. Okay, yeah, that was a very, right, nice shot. That's what makes a market happy. Perhaps you could get some screenshot software. 1150 for Ali, 1150. $134. Hi, Ricardo. In the Canadian. So, everyone happy to see Rick? I'm happy to see Rick. I hope you had a fun time on your trip and it was a successful trip, whatever you were trying to accomplish. Okay. So what do you think, Happy? Get some screenshot software so you could show us your pictures. Nice trade, man. Having another good month this week, Planet. Justin Proudfoot, welcome to our community. Everyone welcome Joseph Stalin to our community. Welcome, Stalin. Curious why you took that handle. Why do you want to be known as Stalin? Everyone welcome Stalin, hoping that Hitler doesn't show up here too. Okay. See what I mean? If you had screenshots, it would eliminate all the confusion of your text. So you asked me yesterday, why don't I stay here through the whole New York session? So all I'm asking you is to show your charts in here. You're here anyway. Everyone welcome Stalin to our community. Okay. Thank you, welcome. So it's always better to show your ideas with a screenshot than just texting it, because a picture speaks 1,000 words, right? Then it's so much easier to understand when you see it visually than read about it. Who agrees with me that screenshots are a clearer? Yeah, welcome, comrade. I'm hoping Stalin is not here to send me to the gulag. Stalin, you're not going to send me to the gulag, are you? We welcome everybody in LAR, no matter who you are. We welcome everyone in LAR because I play the guitar. So come on in, Stalin, leave Hitler behind. We'll even take Saddam Hussein and whoever else we can find. Useless leverage when you trade the markets. Use wider stops so you don't get picked off. Use less leverage or you might lose your head and your account will be dead. Use less leverage. Use less leverage. Okay. Oh, good. Thank you, buddy. So here's Happy Pip's look in Canada. Yeah, we could get one more high with the push up in the dollar and maybe crude's under pressure. Maybe there's a sell-off in crude. Thank you, Happy. Okay. Because this was a confirmed high on the RSI, guys. This was the only thing I didn't like about the top. It was a classic 1, 2, 3. But this was a confirmed high if you look at it. This is the daily. I know intraday it was confirmed. Everyone thank Happy Pips for his view that Canada can make a run at the highs. Thank you, Happy. Thank you, Happy. So yeah, that was the only problem with this. Even the 4 hour had a confirmed high at the top. Here's Canada. Oh, come on. See the 4 hour right here? The high was confirmed at the top. All right, so Rick tweeted out a lot of charts today on Twitter. Is this the same one, Happy? Yeah, got it. Thank you. So Ricardo's back in town and he's got some ideas. Looks like a little symmetrical triangle there. I would say the bias is to the upside because it's a flat top. Just a guess, but I'm thinking up here, Rick. This is kind of a bullish formation. Of course, it could do anything, but ascending means up to me, usually. Thank you, Rick. Everyone thank Rick for his pound kiwi look. Ascending triangle in there the last several days. Well, as one of our members, Alien, says, Stalin, if this is your first time, it won't be your last. Thank you, Ricardo. Everyone doing all right? Turnaround Tuesday. We got a turnaround. Euro's coming out of the hole. That's your 15-minute. Left a gap here for some reason. Went right to the 61.8 of this rally. So I think Alien's nailing it. You could buy it with tight stops right now. You could buy the euro with tight stops right now. If your work lines up with it. If you need a new car, come on, hang out in LAR. If you want to be a star, show your charts in LAR. You need a new car, find a trade in LAR. And if you want to be a star, show your charts in LAR. I rub you. I rub you, rar. Planet shorting, looking for 3.5. Shorting the pound. Planet's live trade call right here. Oh, you already did it. You guys like that song about LAR? Anyone need a new car? All right, so he's short from here, looking for this. Thank you, Planet. You're on fire this morning. Planet's on fire. Thank you, Planet. You like that song? I got it. Thank you, Happy. So number one rule in LAR is that we celebrate other successes. We don't hope for others to fail so that our failures seem less glaring. Thank you, Zig. You want a CD? Want me to send you a CD? Okay, I'm interested in seeing this trend line in gold. Thank you, welcome. Yeah, I thought we were at a moment of truth here. Here's Welcome's look at gold. He's trading the trend line here. Monthly, weekly, daily, it's all right here. So if we take it out, we're going to 10:30, I think. I think we'll go to 10:30 if we take it out. Everyone thank Welcome for his monthly, weekly, and daily view of the gold. Thank you, Welcome. Here's Alien's Euro Pound. Yeah. Putting in a higher low. Maven back to 72. Maven back to 72. But at least this. Thank you, Alien. And here's Rick's look. Everyone thank Welcome and Alien and Rick. Okay. Thank you, my trading warrior brothers and sisters. Whoops. Oh, my God. I think I just... No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Am I still here? Yeah. I don't know what I erased. So thank you, Welcome, for your gold look. Thank you, Alien, for your Euro Pound look. And thank you, Rick, for your Pound Kiwi look. Thank you. You still think we'll go to 1,200? Okay, 1,250. Okay, so that ties in All right. So this is a great area. Thank you, Alien. So this is a very good time to try the gold down here. Nice correction. Thank you, buddy. Good one, Ziggy. So how about an amen that we celebrate other successes instead of rooting for their failure so that our failures seem less like failure? How about an affirmation on that we celebrate others' victories, not just our own? Here's my amen on that. Here's Rick's look at pound Aussie. Interesting looking formations here. So we have a descending triangle and an uptrend within it. Very nice work, Rick. Thank you, Picasso. Everyone thank Ricardo Picasso for that chart. Thank you, Ricardo Picasso. Everyone doing okay? So EG does look like it's going to pop. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Yeah, Canada looks like it's going to pop. Yen stalling out here. Pound looks heavy still. Aussie yen, I don't know. Everyone doing okay? Thank you, Matthew. Everyone. So let's see if we get the turnaround Tuesday in the euro here. It's acting like it could go. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart. So a lot of great ideas have flowed through here in the first 30 minutes. I challenge anyone to go find a diverse group of technical views on different instruments anywhere on the planet. Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. The larger the time frame, the bigger the risk. So maybe you could use your weeklies and drill down to a 4-hour chart. Try that. Drill down on your entries to a 4-hour. That's big enough. You can use your weekly for your bias and then drill down for entries. Just a suggestion. Veteran, you know better. It's not about me or you. It's about everyone. If you've noticed, I've taken the focus off my trading. But you always get my analysis and what I think. I think it's going to turn. I think 110 is possible again. We have a little bit of a lower opening here. S&P's down 5. The grays are in the house. No hairs here. Low John 573. Thank you, Borja. So you don't think it has 1200 in it? So yeah, here's a 1030. I thought fib was 880. 880. You have 980? Probably into what, April of next year? Thank you, Rick. That's what makes a market. Yeah, the weekly on the RSI looks like there should be another drive. Thank you, Rick. You're a huge fan of what, DB? Okay. Huge fan of using weeklies? Thank you, Rick. Good one, Zig. Oh, I saw another new handle in here earlier. Yeah, there it is, IZ. I've Everyone, welcome IZ to our community. How'd you find us, IZ? The Grays are in here. Ed, how are you? Gene Fabian's back. Tillin's a new handle. I think I said welcome to Tillin earlier in the day. MRC, how are you? Hope you're enjoying your time here in our community. Dow's only off 20. We're about 40 minutes away. How'd you hear about us, IZ? I'm just curious. How did you hear about us? Twitter, FX Street, YouTube. How many in here are watching the other program on our YouTube channel, the other programming on our YouTube channel? We have Yohei Elam, Balazan, Dr. Zaviraman, Tip TV. Mauricio's gotten a few other people to contribute on the channel. There's a new handle, great. Okay, IZ. Yeah, I could clarify. It's a demo. They're my sponsor, so I'm showing it. Oh, so you found us on Twitter, IZ? Okay. Here's Jax's look on EURUSD. Jax is taking a shot here to the downside. Thank you, Jax. Everyone thank Jax for his EURUSD short here. Euro just made another new low. Excuse my yawn, guys. If I said I needed you, you said you would always stay. Now I'm left. I use TD Ameritrade. For everything. Everyone doing okay? Okay. All right. That's Yes, Elvis is alive. And if you don't believe it, so if you don't believe it, Elvis never died. He lives and trades in San Diego. Yeah, Rick, if you look at that 890, that was a high. That was a high in 1980. The top of a 20-year bear market was 890. 880. That's when Russia went into Afghanistan. And the Hunts brothers had a silver squeeze going, took silver to $50. So I thought that would be a natural place for it to go to. Yeah, Kentucky rain. Okay. Everyone doing all right? There you go. That's right. There you go. So we have a mastermind community in here. No one's telling anyone what to do with their money. We're all captains of our own ship. Give me an amen if you agree with me that we're all captains of our own ship. And what we're doing in here is sharing analysis, but everyone's an adult here in the room, and they're responsible for what they do when they click their mouse. Who agrees with me? We're not a signal service. We're a live analysis room. And that's exactly what we do every day. We present live analysis from me and from you and from everyone willing to contribute. So we're about a half an hour from speaking to Matthew. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I always say I'm going to be gone for 5 minutes, but it ends up being less. You guys could continue to show your work, share ideas, make friends, meet men, meet women, form relationships. I'll be back in about 5. Thank you, everyone, for your contributions. Welcome back, Rick. Glad to have you back. Welcome, everyone who's new. Just like Abel says, if this is your first time in LAR, I'm a betting man. It won't be your last. See everyone in 5. Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Addenda. Everyone thank Addenda for facilitating our live room here. Hello, 71. Goldie just shorted Canada. Gold's puking. Dollar's rallying. Yen's rallying. Stock market trying to rally, really isn't. Everyone doing okay? Gartley in right here. Yeah, 940. I had a line at 940, Alien. So here's a harmonic. Thank you, Alien. Nice look. Everyone thank Alien for the harmonic look at Euro, the Gartley. Thank you, Alien. Okay. Everyone doing okay? Yen is rallying. Canada's trying. Maybe Happy's going to be right, and the dollar just keeps pushing. You know, this is what I was thinking on the Dixie, guys. And I talked about this yesterday in the Dixie. Here. We had drive 1. We had drive 2. And perhaps we're in the 3rd right here. I'm kind of in, I'd like to see the dollar make one more high up towards 98.20. I was talking about this yesterday, but I also thought that that 109.40 area had a chance to hold in the euro. But you see what we have is 1, 2, 3. 3 is not completed yet in the Dixie. So we need it above 98. $109.40. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Borja. Thank you, Welcome. Thank you, 71. So I still think that I think we're gonna rally. I wouldn't get short down here anyway. You know, see what happens around 40. I still think there'll be better shorting opportunities above this high. I still think we're going to go above this high before we take out this low. Does that help you, 71? Does that help you? Congratulations, Goldie. I think that we're going to take out this high before we take out this low. Does that help, 71? I just did, Hasib. And as far as the pound's concerned, I still think the pound has another shot up. We've had 2 drives here. I'm looking for one more. But perhaps from lower levels. Here's the daily. I still think we could take out the 155 level. Everyone welcome Hasib to our community. And really, Hasib, it's probably your first time here. I'm not the trading messiah. This is a collaborative effort in here. So everyone shares their ideas. And mine are no more important than anyone else's in here. Okay. Everything depends on your time frame. So I would at least take partial profits in the euro right here. You're not going to go broke taking profits. Take half and trail your stop if you're looking for new lows. You're very welcome. Everyone doing all right? So if you scroll back, you'll see that we share our ideas via screenshots. We share our ideas with pictures, much more effective than sharing it with text and words. $102, $104, yeah. Thank you, Rick. Maybe by year end. Maybe by year end. Thank you, Ricardo. Very nice telescopic view of the Dixie. Thank you, Rick. So I agree with Rick's view. I just think there might be one more opportunity to short the, yeah. Thanks for sharing, Hasib. That link did not work for me for some reason. That link did not work. Can you try it again? Yeah, that link did not work for me. Welcome back, Pan. Hi, Abel. It didn't work for me, though. A chart did not come up on your link, Hasib. Stand by for Matthew in about 15 minutes. Matt will be with us. Could be happy. So here's the turn right from, I think it was Borja. Borja's number was 40 in the euro. Good number. Good call, Borja. Wasn't that you at looking for 109.40? Right to the pit, Borja. Nice call. Borja's a man. I am bestowing upon Borja the Man Award for calling the low in the euro at 109.40. Congratulations, Borja. You're the man. Everyone congratulate Borja. He's the man. This is your first Man Award. Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations to Borja. You have a speech for us? Speech, Borja. Speech. Who wants to hear a speech from Borja? You're the man. So, there we go. Thank you, Asib. Looking for 53 and looking for 8.5. Maybe. We could go right here for a third drive. Very nice technical work. Everyone thank Hasib for showing his trades in both the pound and euro. First day here, he's sharing. Yeah, if the S&Ps are getting ready to top here, Guppy should be as well. Thank you, Ricardo. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. 88, 89. Yeah, I could see 88. And then look out. What's this, a monthly or weekly? I can't tell. What TF is that? TF on that, Ricardo. I agree with it. I'd like to see 88 first. Good for you. If you don't learn how to change your mind, you won't have any change left. Everyone, thank you, Ricardo. See, I'd like to see a third drive up here, Rick. In the guppy. Looks like it's going to come in around the 87.5 level up here. I'd like to see it up there. So we're going to have Matthew with us. In a couple of minutes, Matt Goss will be with us at DB Strategy. Weekly. Thank you, Rick. So I'd like to see, this would be the 50% retrace at 187.5. 187.5 is 50% back, Rick. Then 89.30 is 61.8. Thank you, Asib. Write FX Treat and tell them how much you love me. Oh, you don't love me, you love the room. Okay, tell them how much you love the room. Glad to have you with us. Who agrees with Hasib? Give me a Y. I agree with Hasib. I love the room. I love the room. Here's Snaga's look on the euro. Okay. Okay. Thank you, veteran. Thank you, Ved. Snaga, Ved. Everyone doing okay? Love you, man. So our interview is about 5 minutes away with Matt. Matt's in the house. Hello, Matt. How are you? Guess we could get going now. If you can hear me. Or we could wait. Whenever you're ready, let me know. Hello will be the go signal. Everyone doing okay? Ed, you doing okay? Justin, IZ, Grays, Tillin, John, MRCLE, Big, Abel, Khalid, everyone okay? Stand by for Matthew Goss at DB Strategy. We'll get going in a few minutes. Getting a blue candle now on EURUSD. So we're getting this reversal here at the 76 level. Nice candle there. $76.40 was 109.34. Borja called the number. Congratulations, Larians. Turnaround Tuesday is now beginning. Here we go. Turnaround Tuesday. Took an hour or so for Turnaround Tuesday to begin to manifest, but I believe we are now. So Hasib, that's why I said book half down there at 40. Still think that, and as I told 71, I think we're going to take these highs out first before we take these lows out. So looking for better shorting opportunities in the euro above 111. Everyone with me on that? You don't have to agree. Okay, thank you, Alien. Okay. Yeah, there's a bearish view. Yeah, the daily says this can't happen, but I don't know why we couldn't play with 111 one more time. Thank you, Ricardo. Everyone okay? Because we're just scalping around this week in front of the NFP. Just scalping around. We'll be flat for the NFP. Not looking for anything real major until Friday. You know, it could fail at 110 too, so. Okay, everyone, let's go ahead and proceed with our interview. Great to have Rick back, isn't it? Hi, Matthew, can you hear me? Just waiting for you to uncross your arms and say hello to me. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Matt. Hello, Mr. Goss. I think you're muted. I think you have yourself muted. I certainly didn't mute you. Waiting to hear your voice, buddy. Live from Brazil, Matthew Goss at dbstrategy.com. Can't hear you, buddy. Can you hear me? Can't hear you. Okay. Looks like he logged out. Okay. That's showbiz. Okay. On what? The gold welcome? On the gold? Are you talking about the gold here? I'm just waiting for Matt. Okay, Matt, I see your picture. It looks like you're muted. You're muted. The mic says mute. Unmute your mic. See if Matt could get this figured out here. Okay. Well, it looks like we're having technical difficulties with Matt. Can't get his volume to work, so we'll have to reschedule. That's showbiz, guys. Uh-oh, I think I hear something. You got it? I thought I heard a mic. Okay. So it doesn't look like this interview is going to come off. But let's just carry on. Carry on, my trade. Looking for a B-wave failure, 1182 the most. Okay. Thank you, Ali. All right, Alien. Thank you. Take care, Alien. I hope you feel better, buddy. Feel better, Alien. Okay, Matt's going to try it again. Here's Veteran's look on technical areas to pay attention to in the euro. He's still short. Nice, Veteran. Everyone thank Ved for his euro look and trade. It's been short for a while. You've gotten very good, Ved. I think shorts over 111, and then we'll go to your lower levels. Just a guess. Candle's giving it all back. Nice short by Jax and Euro Pound. Are you still here, Jax? Jax called out the Euro Pound about 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago. Looks like we're going for this third drive down here. $70.5. Any luck, Matt? Okay. So there's the EG. Sir Dale. Okay. Congratulations, Ved. Smart to take partial profits. Smart. Good money management. Good money management, buddy. Everyone doing okay? Dow's up another 40. How's everyone doing? Pound's bouncing. Pound came right off the 200 at 53.5. Looks like the yen wants this 122 range. Possible target for the yen up here. Looks like it's going to be over 22. Hello, Hasib. Looks like Hasib uses harmonics too. Is this a Gartley like Aileen was showing earlier, Hasib? Is that a Gartley? 3. So this is the end of the move? And what's this? Skull and crossbones, huh, buddy? Skull and crossbones. Everyone thank Hasib for his harmonic look at the 1 hour euro. Thank you, Asib. I could tell you're going to be a great addition to our community. I encourage you to come back. You don't like harmonics? Okay. Who thinks Asib's going to be a great addition to our community? Give me a Y. There's my Y. Hello, Simon. Pegasus is in the house. Hi, Peg. Alexei is in the house. Alexei's a new handle. Everyone welcome Alexei. Make Alexei feel at home. I hear someone's volume crackling. That okay, agenda's still working. So much bigger pop in pound dollar than Euro USD. Someone shorted 31.50 in Canada. That was a great short. I think it was Borja. Nice short on the CAD. Wasn't that you, Borja? Nice Canada short, Borja.
Switch it.
I hear Matt.
Hi, Dale.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for sorry for the delay. Have no idea what changed overnight, but let's talk if you have a few minutes.
Yeah, we have time, Matt.
Okay, great. What would you like to cover today, sir?
Can you turn the volume down? You're in the room, so I'm getting an echo. You need to turn the volume down in the room.
Fix that up for you right now.
Okay.
I'm actually okay. I'm only using the volume on my laptop, so we should be good.
We're good.
Great.
So I'd like to introduce you to the community, everyone. This is Matt Goss at dbstrategy.com. Matt was a member
that's actually StrategyDB, Dale.
StrategyDB.com.
Right.
At StrategyDB is the Twitter handle, and Matt was a member of several commodity exchanges in New York, now trades and lives in Brazil. So Matt, why don't you take it away, and perhaps you want to talk about the kind of work you do on your website. A lot of energy and in-depth matrix work. So perhaps you want to start there by talking about what your mission is on your website.
Sure. Thanks, Dale. I know we don't. We have limited time now, so I'm trying to share my screen with everyone.
Yeah. So you go up to the left-hand corner, and there's a green box with an arrow. There you go. It works.
Yeah, I've already done that, and just let me know if you can see my logo on the screen.
It popped up and then disappeared.
All right, let's try again. Let me just make sure. Here we go. Share. Is that working for you guys?
We have it. Performance Matrix Suite.
Perfect. All right, Dale. So as you know, in our last conversation, you were exposed to the fact that with all of the experience I've had over the years, as you mentioned, as a floor trader, working for Goldman Sachs, managing money, transitioning into financial technology, I basically found that backtesting tools were great, but they took a long time. I've used primarily TradeStation over the years. Now I'm switching to the MetaTrader platform. And in order to save myself time and all of my clients and my end users, just to save them time, I basically took on a task to create software that allowed me to provide the end of backtest result into a database. So we came up with Strategy Database, StrategyDB. So Performance Matrix is simply where we warehouse all of the end of backtest results. If you remember, our menu was comprised of 23 basic strategies that the whole world, uses. Everyone's familiar with these strategies like parabolic and Bollinger Bands and RSI, MACD. You and I have used them over the years, right?
Correct.
So taking that a step further and using certain platforms and in-house software, we pump those results out for free, for example, just to provide people with an idea of what we do. We provide some of that research for free on my site, and it's already in the suite link. You can click it and pop it open. Instead of having people look at it inside my site in an iframe, we broke it out, and I work with Zoho reports, and I basically pull in the data, I deliver it real time, and I keep this data grid full of performance summary results. I have done the back testing basically for the end user. So when this finishes processing, you'll see a data grid view that everybody else can go and access with columns of performance results for, this is focused on 15-minute bar interval data for Forex, for about 60 Forex pairs. Okay, so that's the website. Now, just to give everybody a little idea of how it looks behind the scenes, we can just go to TradeStation and say, here's a version that I wrote for TradeStation. It's a little bit trimmed down in my website and the data grids that I deliver. You can get every strategy all at once and then just run a filter for it, right? So here's the 15-minute 60 Forex pair data grid view. So if you were trading dollar yen, let's say, you could come in here to the search box and just filter for dollar yen. You can also manipulate all of these columns. This is free for everybody to sample. You can hide a column, you can filter a column, you can move a column. Here are all the strategies in the database updating in near real time, and the results. So we have all of these metrics going across: the net profit for the back test, looking back 90 days, the profit factor, the percent profitable for the strategies, the number of winners, the number of losers, and of course this will be in the base currency pair, but we've converted it to dollars for you. And then we have other rows over here for yield. And then in my site we go a step further, and then we also say, sorry, let me just backtrack a little bit here. We go a step further and we say, well, that's a lot of information, Matt. Why don't you rank it for us? So on my site, we also offer two other links. One that does a ranking of the metrics that we've already provided, and then we call it Strategy Matrix, and we rank the strategies. And then as orders come in for any of the strategies that have fired a new signal, we provide also the strategy alert. So that's the suite, and this is the link. If you want to pass it to your users and everyone listening, they can go there and check that out. But just quickly behind the scenes to show how that might be produced by someone using TradeStation. Well, I have all of these built into TradeStation already, and then here is probably the Dow 30 running a single strategy, and then in here we can go in and say, well, show me strategy 1 or strategy 20 and go and get the results pumped right into our grid right here. And we even have a ranking column, and then we can sort. So this is for TradeStation users. We can see that this MACD on Apple is generating the best ranking, and on and on. Another one is here, Strategy Matrix. For TradeStation is a nice view because you can go across the row and take any Forex pair that you want for any bar interval that you want and say, well, let me see the vote. You're running 23 strategies. One is saying long and one is saying short. And what is the net result? Give me the vote. So the vote would be a percentage of the total. 12 out of 23 or 13 out of 23 will give me a 50% or greater, right? So we have a vote that we can do on a percentage basis going across the row. And then if you want to be strategy crazy and focus on your strategy, you could essentially take a mixed portfolio like I have here and just go down a column and say gap is firing all long signals or all short signals simultaneously from my portfolio. So there are different ways that we've created to go ahead and view a portfolio or multiple strategies. Here's a good grid for you guys because this is all a Forex grid. So we're saying that here's a 15-minute bar interval, and we're not using a history here, Dale. We're just looking back to see what is the current position in the underlying strategy. And then we go over here and we do some things like we take a vote. Here's a minus 69. So I would want to be definitely want to be short based on the vote for the Kiwi right now.
Okay. Can you kind of give us a feel, Matt, on what kind of person uses this? I'm still getting an echo. What kind of person? Your typical person who subscribes to your service, what are they like? Are they portfolio type traders? Are there people that perhaps maybe only concentrate on 2, 3 different pairs? How do people typically use your matrices?
Sure. So focusing on the initial matrix part, which pretty much drives some of these others like strategy matrix and strategy alerts. They kind of all tie together. The end users that I have currently, I have a few retail clients that basically maybe they're not really programmers, but they're in the beginning of their programming career. By programming, I mean they're using either TradeStation or maybe they're using MetaTrader, and they want to do some scripting work or attack a particular strategy. So using my grid, you could jump in and basically say, well, I don't know the answer to all of these back tests because it would take me hundreds of hours. But Matt, let me use your grid and use it to speed to market an answer. So you would come into the grid and you would say, I trade on a particular time frame. This is my risk profile. I can go in and look at your statistics and see that that's probably a strategy I should look further at and attack. And then from there, I would guide them or consult for them and help them to create a strategy out of the strategy that we've already data mined for you. And then the next level of user could be an asset manager. They would say, Matt, your grids are great, but we don't want to use standard technical analysis strategies. We already have our own strategies, and could you back test those for us in mass and expand the portfolio for which we're looking at these pairs? Can you expand that for us, or just tell us what are the optimal results that we should be using? Now, optimal doesn't necessarily mean, Dale, that you just go in and optimize for a bunch of parameters and throw them something curve fit. It means could be 2-3 months worth of research and development because the strategies that they're providing me with or I provide them with need to be what we call quant vetted. So you would go in and look at a number of different strategies that are being produced, not only the end of results like my data grid views, but also the historical results on a trade-by-trade basis to see if it's curve fit or not, if it's going to hold up in real time, and then you would have a whole other body of research, and that would be sort of like the way I would work using a grid to start performing some customizations and then taking the requirements from an institutional level client. And I'm wondering, how much time do we have left? Because
about 15 minutes.
Okay, great. So the answer to your question, Dale, is that the end users go all the way from the retail level guys who just want to subscribe and use an out-of-the-box solution like just the Forex, or the other subscriber levels, increasingly become more expensive, but we add a lot more. Like the next level up would be receive 60 Forex pairs, but also receive all North American futures and 100 stocks that you can customize, and you receive 2 bar intervals. And then all of the customizations from there scale up. Say, Matt, I don't want to receive 23 generic strategies. I have my own strategy. Can you put it inside your backtest platform for us? Can you convert it to my platform or MetaTrader or some other platform, right? So we do all that.
You do a lot of coding work.
Yeah, a lot of coding work, and then in the interim, a lot of research as we enhance the platform further and further. Because as people make more and more requests of us, these are all backtest functionalities that we save and we reuse. We try to retool it and grow it. So if someone says, I need to know historically how this parameter looks because I might want to use it to trade against. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, we want to watch the equity curve, not just the equity, but the equity curve itself. We want to look at the slope. So when the equity actually goes below the linear regression, we want to do something with the strategy. Maybe we want to get flat and wait till it goes back above. Those kinds of things can all be answered with research and development and customizations. So nearly anything can be done, Dale. For your users who are just starting out, you start out with the basic data grid view, and you say, oh my God, Matt's providing us with a million rows worth of results here. I can go in and look for the currency pair I trade or the bar interval I trade and see. I didn't know RSI did that. And I didn't know the yield was so good, and I didn't know it performed so well. But now that when you do find the answer, you can say, what are the parameters you use, Matt? How far did you look back? And then basically, if you're a TradeStation or MetaTrader user, it'll probably match my result. If you're working on another platform, it will hopefully match pretty closely. And then you go and you grab the parameters, and you can throw it on CTrader or eSignal or even an institutional level platform like FlexTrade, for example.
So for people that would look at this and say, "Wow, Matt, this is overwhelming to me," and to make things simple, it's just a matter of them deciding upon what kind of strategy they're interested in trading, and what instrument they're interested in trading.
Yes. So when you narrow down your choice as a trader, and we came from the trading side first, and then we reinvented ourselves, and we said, okay, as a trader, if I have all of this information thrown at me, I don't have to do any coding. I'm just going to learn how to use the search box and data mine, for example, in my data grid view. Or if you're using TradeStation, you can actually just come in here and isolate some parameters and go in and say, let me set what I'm trading and do some research. And then the next question is, well, I want to monitor it, Do I want to monitor it across all strategies or one strategy? And then I want to get the the alerts. So here's the suite. And then then we have other tools that we can use to basically use to trade it on. And then Dale, I get the same question a lot. Traders in Brazil are just like traders in the rest of the world. They don't have a lot of time. and they want an answer fast. So I hear that request a lot. Matt, we're not quants. We don't do research and development. You're giving us a great search box tool here, but dude, what do we do with it next? Well, to take that answer, to answer that question for the trader, what we're doing now is we're turning it into an actual full-blown trading strategy. We've always had the ability to do that in TradeStation, but now we're moving into the other platforms. So basically, we're creating a dynamic trading module in MetaTrader that will dynamically select the right strategy for you. So just to give your end users an idea of how you would proceed to do that, and it's not that hard at all, you would basically say, take this indicator and do a little back testing in the code. And then here we're publishing to the MetaTrader indicator in the top area the results in pips terms. MACD for dollar, for euro, for the hourly, looking back 90 days, generated this many pips. And then we can look at all of the other statistics and then get a ranking, Dale. So the net rank, because of other poor statistics, ranks this at a 0. But and so too, the other rankings on this page look poor. But here's a 4 hidden down here. Can you guys see it on my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this 4 would be an hourly RSI on the Euro US, and that's just basically using the regular RSI parameters that everybody uses, 30 and 70. And my publication here to the screen is telling me that when you add up the performance requirements that you're looking for, like is the net profit greater than 0, and is the profit factor greater than 2, and on, that my ranking is telling me that this meets all of my requirements. It's a little bit hard to see. But the next step, Dale, is that our MetaTrader solution, at least, will take the answer 4 and will auto trade into the Euro US hourly, and we'll turn that strategy on. And when the publication to the indicator says, well, you've done a few losing trades, you're no longer a 4, you've become a 3, but now there's another strategy better than you, it'll auto trade the new strategy that has the best ranking.
Interesting. And you wrote all this.
So this
you wrote all this program.
Well, I wrote all of it in TradeStation, and my programming team and I, we ported it over to MetaTrader, because in Brazil, TradeStation's not in town yet. They're looking to come into Brazil, but they haven't partnered with a broker yet. But in Brazil, the 2 or 3 largest retail brokers have all embraced MetaTrader. So XP Investimentos, for example, in Brazil, would be the largest broker, and the second one would be Rico, which down here we pronounce Rico. It means rich, and they actually allow for their individual accounts to trade into MetaTrader now. So I'm actually helping them with tests for some of their in-house strategies, and this is a solution that I'll put in the MetaTrader store, and potentially all of your users can go and grab it when it's listed, which should be by month end this month. And then if you want to turn for any forex pair in we have a solution for MT4 and MT5. So then here's the same thing for dollar yen, and this guy would just pick the best strategy in here and then auto trade it. And now that you've got me rambling, I'll tell you the final functionality.
This is really for someone who is not a discretionary trader and wants to take all the emotion out and a systemic type of trader.
That's true. If you did have just if you did have your traders are trading, they're making their own decisions. So imagine that you either went to my grid or went to TradeStation and just reviewed some of the performance, or went to MetaTrader. Using these types of back tests that are already done for you, and all of my solutions update in real time. You could put your strategy or trading indicators side by side with mine, and then you would say, well, this has a ranking of of 5 and it's giving me a buy signal, and my own indicator is also telling me to go long. So now I have a confluence of factors. So that's the way I would personally use it. And if you're a discretionary trader and you just want some like an automated trading assistant, there you have it.
Okay. All right. So another tool for people to consider that want to have at least something automated for them to fall back on and I guess the discretion is the decision on what kind of strategy and the instruments that you trade, and then always having the open mind to seeing what other strategies are working better. Have I encapsulated it?
That's it. That's it, Dale. You said it better than I could. And you know, the thing about the way the markets work these days is that as an individual trader sitting at home trading or sitting in your own office, the way your watchers, your viewers are trading, and yourself and myself sometimes, there's too much information to watch. So a tool like a strategy matrix tool lets you see across multiple symbols, and it lets you see, potentially you could put up a couple of these and watch multiple time frames, but it lets you see across multiple strategies. Now, the reason I think the multiple strategy view for traders like us is important is because you're not only getting range trading strategies in here, but you're getting breakout strategies, trend trading strategies, swing strategies. So you know, gap open, close, Keltner. So these are all incorporated, and if you're using them like a voting tool, you almost have a better overview of the market as a whole. So these are all tools, Dale, and it's, you know, it's for the end user to decide what to use. When we spoke last time, you know, I have my own tools that I use, and maybe just in parting, I could talk to the end users about something that I've seen over the years and observed, and maybe they want to look at it as well. And that is, it's just based on a chart. It's just simple market structure. So let me go in and pull up a chart. And where did it go? Here we go. In TradeStation, if it will let me pull open a chart.
Yeah, we're looking at Euro. We're looking at the Euro daily, 90-minute, and 15-minute.
Okay, good. So we can take any chart. I won't even pull up a new one. I'll just clean the screen off for us. Okay. Okay, so here we have a basic chart, and now we'll just scroll over. And Dale, you're experienced. Some of the viewers may also have their own mindset about this, and it's something that I want to codify. I've played with it a little bit. I just haven't had the time. But let's say you're looking for support and resistance on a basic chart, right? Mm-hmm. Let me do a screen refresh so that this will come into full view. For swing traders, I'm sure people are looking at classic formations like head and shoulders, tops and bottoms. So here's the 15-minute euro. When you're looking for support and resistance, a lot of people are looking at extreme lows or extreme. This is an extreme high. This is clearly an extreme low. But now you're looking to trade whatever your trading style. It doesn't matter. One of the things that I want to point out to everybody is that trying to find a really good example. Let me call up a 90. Is basically market structure. I'm not looking for extreme highs and lows. I'm looking for an area where I can sell it well below a previous high, and say that I have a low risk trade in place because I placed my stop here. So here's the key. This significant high here has a low underneath it. See it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that low is in place. This is a swing low, and then you go on to trade after it, but you're wondering, where can I comfortably buy it? If it's trading up here, where can I buy a dip? This is support. Should I try to buy the support at the lowest low? where should I put my stop in? So one of the things that I've noticed over the years is that this low is not going back to retest and double bottom here. It's going back to test the support inside here, the high of this move, the low of this move, okay? It's like making a bowl formation and then holding inside the high of the lowest low. So I want your users to think about the highs inside lowest lows and look for that to be the support instead of looking at the lows to be support. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand my point?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, good.
So what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, Matt?
Okay, everybody can just go straight to the website, to StrategyDB.com. Anybody that wants to shoot me a message there can find my contact form and contact me like that. So just looking at the dailies, I found a good example. The high of this move is support. See, right here. These lows would be where you would want to buy it. And you would know that in advance by using the high of the swing low. Don't use the swing low itself. And again here, you would use the low, these two lows near the swing high, and then you would get in right around here, and then you'd be short on this bar. So have a look at that, and please, anybody who has interest to contact me about anything that I've shown today, feel free.
Thanks so much for your time, Matt. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Dale. Sorry about the delay. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for your persistence in getting the hangout to hang out with us today. Good
My
hunting,
pleasure.
buddy. Have a great fall
Thanks all.
trading
Cheers.
season. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
That's Matthew Goss at StrategyDB.com, at StrategyDB. That's his Twitter handle. So for those of you that are statistical people in nature and want to have, for example, Clever showed us his spreadsheet. Matt has done all the back testing. Check him out. Everyone doing okay? How are my trading warrior brothers and sisters doing? Jack's nice call on EuroPound today. Good work. Good work, Jax. I'm going to do my wrap here. And we're going to start off with EURUSD. Still think that there's potential on EURUSD, that this is A with an ABC for B, and I'm not a great E waiver, but thinking 940 is going to hold for at least a rally to 110, and you can't rule out a C wave to clean out the bears that are looking for lower numbers first, above 111 before it's a short. Think that the pound has the potential, talked about it for a potential third drive to a top that's going to be coming in closer to the 56 level. So the dollar looks a bit vulnerable to me. Thought that the yen had the potential to rally back above this 121.5 level, clean out the bears over this 121.5 level. And in Canada, the rally failed right where it was supposed to at 131.5 was the number I talked about yesterday. Also, Borja talked about it. Alien talked about it. So 31.50 is an important line in the sand for the bear case to continue in USDCAD. I want to thank Matt for joining us today. I want to thank everyone. Yeah, veteran, check them out. Check out Matthew Goss. I want to thank all the new handles today and all the individuals that contributed their hard-earned work to share. That would be Borja and Veteran and Hasib. Welcome to our community, Hasib. Jax, great EG call. That was a winner. 71, Alexei, Pan, Forex Stop Hunter, Planet, Alien. Hope Alien feels better. No Hair, Justin, IZ, Pegasus, The Grays, DZ, Killen, John Fabian, Ali, MRC, Happy Pips, John 573, Abel, and Khalid. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings, everyone. Thank you for all your shares and contributions. Remember, in LAR, we celebrate others' victories rather than rooting for them to fail so that our failures are less glaring. So we do not use any of our energy hoping others fail so we look like we're successful. We celebrate others' victories, and all you have to do is hang out in here a day and you'll see some nice victories by our community. If you like what LAR is doing for you and you're a non-US resident, you're trading anyway, FX Pro is our sponsor. So FX Street and Mauricio and I would all appreciate you establishing an account with FX Pro. There's no law against having more than one account. I'm using their platform. So thank you, FX Pro, for sponsoring LAR. Thank you, FX Street. Thank you, everyone. Cheers, veterans. Naga to you. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Good hunting in the meantime. Remember, money comes and goes. Time is gone forever. Make it count. See everyone tomorrow. Adios.